up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about how to kind of get close to graduate chapter members, and it's not as hard as you may think it is. And if you have not already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down below so you can join the Shea Squad. Now let's get into this video. So the difference between going grad and going undergrad is mostly the fact that it's a little harder to access graduate chapter members, because first off, these are people that are like not in school, so it's like they don't really just have, this is their set location, like you can go find them here and they'll be set up having, you know, these type of events. You'll actually have to kind of put forth a little more effort. And with grad chapter, it really is all about who you know, because if you don't know anybody, there is a good chance that you may not even get invited to participate in rush. So you have to really make sure that you are putting forth the effort to making, you know, some bonds with members that are already in the organization. So one of the first things that I'm going to recommend is that you actually attend events that they have. And this is not just to say like the Christmas parties or any other type of party that they have in specific, but maybe if they're having a community service, try to do that. Like with my sorority, you know, we'll do the breast cancer walk. There's an Alzheimer's walk. We have a walk for, I want to say, the walk for the babies. So there's a lot of different opportunities for you to kind of go and, you know, do assistance with community service. We have our playground mobilization day, and on that day you can pretty much go out and help them, you know, rebuild parks and things like that. So there are different events that they have for different organizations that you can probably see if you can go and assist them with in that capacity. So it's not just as if you're wanting to do the social things. That kind of gives you the opportunity to meet with people like on a more one-on-one basis, because if you're doing community service, chances are you're really gonna have to work closely with someone else, and in most instances that person you're gonna be partnered with is maybe, you know, us, or not all members are able to go to certain events. So sometimes they'll have people that are just, you know, more into the community service aspect, so you'll be able to meet with them there instead of just being out in a party and it's like there's music going, there's different orgs going, you know, the mindset isn't really about networking in that capacity most times when it's just a you know, a party. But when it's community service, it's more of a chance for you to reach out to somebody specific, because it's a smaller, more concentrated group of people that are out at these functions. So I would definitely recommend going to events that are not just focused on being, you know, parties. Also, I would try to see if there's a way for you to find like a member, something of that sort. Specifically with me, I've noticed that sometimes people will like contact me in, you know, when I post certain things about like parties or functions. So before I started doing law school heavy, I was like social media, you know, one of the key people for social media. So I would always post on my chapter's website or my chapter's Instagram, but I will also go ahead and post on my Instagram too, just so it's like they can see that it's coming from a real person and kind of have somebody to, you know, if I have some questions, maybe I can reach out to her. So what I did notice is that sometimes people, instead of commenting and questioning to my chapter's Instagram, they'll come to me and they'll be like, you know, are you gonna be here? You know, any questions they may have. So and then from there you can kind of go through that member to kind of meet more people, if that makes sense. And also try to find people that are in your age bracket. And I'll say that because unless you are like a younger person that has reached out to a mentor and they already know, it's a little harder to find a common ground and make it seem as if you're not just here because you want to join the organization. If you find some people that are kind of in your age group, it's like you can actually form a genuine friendship first, and then that person can kind of take you under their wing and say, you know, hey, when we have this information going on, this is somebody that I know that I can vouch for. If that person is financial and able to sponsor you, they can do that. And it's a little, it kind of bridges the gap. It's more of a, I already know this person has interest and I am able to vouch for them and I know them, and when you come in, you're going through your process. It's not like you really don't know anybody coming in. You know, there is a foundation that's there that's been built already. So if that makes sense. Just kind of similar to how it is with undergrad, you really just have to be a little more creative with how you're approaching it, and just making sure that you're making effort because in most instances, grad chapter is not about what you know, it's about who you know. It's about if you've made that impact to that person, to be able to feel comfortable with saying, okay, well, I know this person and I feel comfortable, you know, welcoming them into my chapter, and yes, I will vouch for them, and yes, I will say that this person could be a benefit to my organization. So you really have to make sure that you're making yourself seen, making yourself visible, make it be known that, you know, you do have the potential and you do have plans ultimately to, you know, give back to the organization, and you've made some type of imprint with somebody somewhere. So just be a little creative. That's pretty much the best advice that I could give. Go to the events. If you're not comfortable going by yourself, maybe try to go with someone. I mean, even if they're not interested, you just have to make it to where you're standing out, and, you know, members are able to say, yes, I've seen this person. Yes, I remember when they did this, that, and the next, said this, that, and the next, you know, all that good stuff. They participated, they came and asked questions. You know, it's not like I'm just seeing this person for the first time. So yeah, just make sure you're going about making yourself known, making yourself visible, and things of that sort. So that way, whenever there is a line, you know, that person that you've maintained that contact with, you know, if you have to be actually invited back in, they'll know you're interested, and they'll be able to start the process for you as well. And just so that you can kind of be in the know. So I hope that makes sense. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave them down below, and I'll be able to answer those as quickly as possible. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.